Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Genshin Impact. I know it's been a while, I decided to give myself a little break, and also to prepare a few things coming down the pipeline here. You'll see in a little bit, probably the next day or so. But regardless though, for now though, it is time to continue, as we got an emergency event we have to contend with right now.
Hey, there's a newsstand over there! Wanna grab a copy of the Steambird?
Sure!
We know our Fontaine friends love a little drama. There's no way they let their readers down.
Drama! Got the drama bug I see, eh, Paimon?
Isn't that Charlotte? And standing next to her, surely that can't be Kanich?
It is indeed, it seems. Where's Ahau? If Kanich is here, then Ahau is not too far behind.
How about... Lost treasure resurfaces at last. Behold the beauty of the Remurian teacup.
Ooh, sound fancy. Hold up, this one's a gem. Illegal restaurant caught serving saurian stew. Proved surprisingly popular. Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Pretty shocking. But it still feels like it's missing something. Ah, got it.
What do you mean by missing?
Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing.
Oh no!
Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
My oh my, that can't be for real! I mean... fine, I hate to admit it, but you've won this one.
What?
Yeah, don't worry, Paimon, I'm just as confused as you are.
Did Paimon hear that right? Nevelet was stabbed?
Wait, what?
And gravely wounded?
That's who they were referring to? Oh no!
No, surely that can't be right. Can it?
If it is, we're all toast. Well, everyone, it's the apocalypse time. Doomsday's upon us. Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. Well, if it isn't Aether and Paimon. Alright, so what's the explanation here? What a coincidence! Mr. Kinch and I were talking about you two just a few minutes ago. Unfortunately for me, he's a very loyal friend. I pressed him for some juicy details, but he remained tight-lipped about you. Hey, what are you trying... I feel like you're trying to get some blackmail on me. So, anything you want to share with me about the great author Aether's triumphant exploits in Natlan? Ahem, it was a team effort. Oh boy. Well, this may take a little bit. Modest as ever. Anyway, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Sorry, let me backtrack a bit. Hi, you two. It's been ages. What brings you back to Fontaine? Oh, just, roaming, doing some exploration, have an event that's ending in the next 15 hours. So, you know how time is.
Hey there, you two. Fancy running into you here.
Yes, and what a surprise to see you here as well.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock. What the heck was all that about a saurian meat restaurant and the
yeah.
Udex getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious.
Oh, that. We were just trading tabloid headlines. Is that what you were talking about? Okay, so tabloids, huh? Interesting. Those are definitely very dramatic tabloids.
Trading tabloid headlines?
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories.
Oh boy.
Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material.
I'm sorry you had to see such an unflattering side to Fontaine, Mr. Kanich. These third-rate tabloids write their headlines purely to shock and scandalize. All they care about is grabbing your attention to boost their sales. The ones who are still got a shred of integrity will at least clarify the truth in the main body of the article, although the misleading headlines do an underhanded trick to draw readers in. Yeah, it's something that you see everywhere, if you go to any of your local grocery stores, usually they have a whole bunch of magazines by the checkout that have a lot of tabloid magazines like these. I don't know, maybe to this exact extreme, but similar in nature. But others like the one we were just reading aloud have no qualms about making outright fabrications.
If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
That's pretty lenient of you, Mr. Kanich.
Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding!
Oh, okay, just stuff them in the bag, I see.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth. All I'm saying is, even the wildest leaps of the human imagination are always rooted in reality.
Okay.
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Well, probably, if anything, probably the only real basic facts is just more along the lines of, this person exists. You know, and that's like the only truth about it.
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently.
Okay.
Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient ruins.
So they're all basically speculating on what the smuggling items could be.
But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few ancient relics dug up from ruins in Natlan.
Okay.
Rest assured, no saurians were harmed in the process.
Alright, that's good. And if you're wondering why the Ludex didn't preside over the trial, it's because this case was assigned to another judge right from the offset. So it's not as if the Palais Mermornia only has one judge. We can't expect Monsieur Nouvelette to handle every single case himself. Yeah, that makes sense. On a more interesting note, the trial in question went remarkably smoothly, and it was all thanks to Mr. Kenichi's testimony as a key witness. Oh, cool!
Okay! Paimon was so busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kenich.
It was all a misunderstanding. The world is not gonna end. Yet. No, that's not until a couple future patches later. Maybe not, but it'd be an even better world for me if Mr. Kenichi would agree to another exclusive interview with the Steambird.
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough. But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case than you are in trying to uncover some news stories about Natlan.
Drat, you saw right through me. Guess I'll put it down to the keen instincts of a renowned saurian hunter. Any response to that, or...?
I appreciate your kind invitation, but like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
Kenich the speechless! Kenich the tongue-tied!
Why do I get the feeling that she's gonna interview a How?
Huh?
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the Traveler instead?
And I just got thrown under the bus. Ah, of course, that's a brilliant idea! No, Kenich, why have you betrayed me? But that also means I'll need a little bit more time to prep. Let me put together a thorough list of interview questions. Sounds like I'm not getting out of this. Well, I know I can be persistent, but at the end of the day, it's your call. I don't believe you. Anyway, I should probably be getting back to work. I also need to go track down a, how do you pronounce that? Gestionnaire, and report these increasingly outrageous tabloids. Farewell, my friends, until we meet again! And she's off.
Charlotte never stops, does she?
No, she does not. At least I'm safe. For now.
Anyway, Paimon just has to ask.
Which is...
That how thing that popped out before. Or was it a how? It kind of looked like a how, but at the same time...
Oh no, are there duplicates running around?
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was a how.
Huh?
Yes? Why are you surprised?
What's up with him? Like, he's still noisy, but he's way quieter than before. It's like he's trying to hide or something.
Maybe he's not acclimatizing very well to Fontaine?
Could be.
Not acclimatizing?
Acclimatizing.
Aw, poor almighty Dragon Lord is not feeling well.
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
Yep, I guess it looks like Paimon wins this round.
What do you mean?
There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to do with a strange law we learned about after arriving in Fontaine.
Oh boy. Is this going to be something about a flying object?
Apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month.
And I'm sure Paimon gets it even better.
Paimon sure does.
Boy, I still can't believe it was the first thing we almost basically about got arrested because of Paimon.
Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As long as Knight holds onto a house tail, he'll be considered an almighty Dragon Lord balloon, not a flying almighty Dragon Lord.
Yep, so better get some thread to tie around him.
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But Ahau wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the form of a mini helium balloon.
Oh, so sad. Too bad.
That said, it's pretty annoying how he keeps randomly popping up all of a sudden.
So, like normal then.
Anyway, this morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Mermonia about an event that's set to take place outside the city soon. Something to do with filmmaking.
Okay.
I hear that's all the rage here.
That it is, that it is. Looks like we got another filmmaking event.
I was planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few extra days anyway, so I think I'll go check it out.
Alright then. If it's alright with you, we can join you.
It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium balloon out. He might even learn a thing or two.
Doubt it.
If you're free, why don't you come along?
Sure, seeing how angry always makes my day. Sure, always up for a bit of fun.
I know where it is, so let me lead the way.
Oh, thank you. Whirling Waltz Act 1, an overnight fantasy land. Alright. Yawning. Okay, got a little cute little port spot here. Here we go. Whee!
Looks like I remembered correctly. Here we are.
Alright.
Wow, this is awesome! Hard to believe it was just an empty beach before.
Oh, really? Okay. I wonder if this is going to be like a permanent, setup here then. Or if it's going to go back to being just part of the beach.
Yeah. It was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the Opera House.
That's actually really cool that they actually changing up the terrain a little bit like that.
There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine. Quite impressive.
A few days? One night was all it took. Rap-a-tap-tap.
Oh, Lord. Hello there, scary lady.
But is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away.
I think that ship has long sailed. There's something oddly familiar about the way you talk. Who are you again?
Oh no, you've forgotten me? Oh, does graph adversarial technology ring any bells? It's me, Lapine Pauline.
I do not remember you. I don't even know if I have met you. I don't even think if there's an event or something involving you. I don't recall meeting up with you. I feel like I would have remembered someone as chaotic as you. Good to see you again. The prototype lens is coming in handy, by the way. Been keeping yourself busy with some proper work lately?
Of course. How else would we have managed to build Fantasyland in a single night?
Fantasyland, eh?
Fantasyland?
At least that's how I like to think of it myself. A magical
Wait.
land of fantasy, the stuff of film buffs' dreams.
Why does this sound more and more like an amusement park situation or a fair? More like a fair.
I know it sounds like I'm laying it on thick, but that really is the goal here. As you can see, the theme of this amusement park is Fontainian filmmaking, a place for all film lovers to come together and co-construct a world of dreams.
Co-construct? Well, that's a relief. Sounds like you're sharing the cost this time rather than pouring your entire life savings into a single project.
Oh, okay. That part does sound familiar. Okay, so maybe we have seen this person before. Okay, yeah, this part sounds familiar.
Nope! I might be inviting others to help fund this, but that doesn't mean I haven't thrown all my life savings into it too!
Huh? You've got to be kidding.
Oh boy.
Ha! Look at you, puny little humans. Recklessly betting your entire future against some stupid vanity project. If you're expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the Almighty
No,
Dragon
stop.
Lord, dream on. Mockery is all you shall get, straight from the heart.
Wait, that suggests you have a heart.
Sorry, just ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally. Do go on.
Yep, and he certainly likes to show off said butt.
Gizmoid? Who you calling Gizmoid? You're the Gizmoid.
Uh-huh.
Wow! That's quite a nifty mecha you've got yourself there. Is it some sort of smart personal assistant? You
Oh.
ought to let Miss Charlotte see your cool gadget. Who knows? Maybe you could even look into mass production.
Oh lord, that would be horrifying.
Mass production? Ugh, insolent, vulgar, and disrespectful!
Isn't that you?
I, the Almighty Dragon Lord, am one of a kind! There has never been another like me, nor will there ever be!
Feel like there will be.
And another thing, smart is the understatement of the century! I shall have you know that I am Kahulahau, forebear of ancient wisdom! I lived for eons long before any of you were born!
What? Heavens above! I
Oh,
beg
no.
your pardon, forebear of ancient wisdom. Please, I meant no offense.
No.
Ah, idiot meets idiot.
Oh my lord.
What's all the fuss? Making some new friends, are we?
Navia! Hi! It's been a while! I love Navia so much. She's always a delight.
Miss Navia! Allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, president of Fontaine Spina di Rosula.
Ah! Glitter in my eye! It burns!
Hello, everyone. Partner, Paimon. How have you been lately?
Ah, my trusty partner. Very well, thanks. Even better now that you're here. Just ignore the redness in my eyes. I got a little, stuff thrown in my eyes there.
Hello there. I'm Kanich.
What about me? What about me? My useless servant can't even give me a proper introduction.
I think you've already done that
Do
already.
you think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an introduction?
Yes, thank you. Exactly.
He's not wrong. I caught yours just now, in fact. So, you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. Ahau. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, see that? That's what I call proper manners. Well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the Almighty Dragon Lord by his name. Navia, don't you think the title Almighty Dragon Lord is a bit silly?
It's no big deal. All little animals do that, don't they? I mean, try to puff themselves up to look more impressive.
You're not wrong. A house totally being treated like a little cuddly pet.
Anyway, it's all thanks to Miss Navia and the Spina di Rosula that Fantasyland's gotten up and running in the space of a single night.
Very impressive.
Honestly, thank heavens! After all that paperwork and endless waiting, the event and venue finally got the green light.
I can only imagine how much stressful this must be for you.
I couldn't wait a moment longer. The second the approval came through, I reached out to President Navia, hoping she could lend a hand. After all, who else but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such impulsive demands?
Oh boy,
Sorry, traveler. Miss Lapine Pauline sometimes gets a bit overwhelmed by her own excitement, as you can see.
yeah, just a little bit.
I'm guessing she hasn't gone into much detail about the event yet, so let me fill you in.
Okay, sure.
In short, The Cheval Film Fantasyland is a fan convention that's open to film enthusiasts from all over Tevat. Miss Lapine Pauline is hosting this event and also providing technical support.
Huh? Cheval Moran?
That's right! The one and only Surintendant Cheval Moran!
Okay.
After much persistence and many solicitations, I finally obtained Lady Farina's permission to use the image of her close friend. Not only is our adorable mascot drawing in fans by the minute, but she's also boosting her own popularity. And that was always the goal, a win-win arrangement.
It's been a while since we last met, but still, it's a surprise to hear Lapine Pauline coming out with such sensible ideas. By the way, Miss Lapine Pauline, have you decided to switch careers and go into film tech?
Not exactly. By chance, one of the prototype lenses I developed caught a photographer's eye, and it's now being used for the latest cinematic productions.
Oh, that's cool. Congratulations.
Thanks to this unexpected opportunity, I've had the chance to invent various film-related equipment and props.
That's right. So don't underestimate Miss Lapine Pauline, our resident engineer. She's the technical powerhouse at the core of this entire event.
She is indeed a powerhouse.
As for the Spina di Rosula, we're mainly here to take care of planning, operations, and management. For anyone feeling inspired to set up a booth, Miss Lapine Pauline and I will provide the necessary technical and operational support once their application has been approved.
All right, so basically all the paperwork.
By the way, traveler, are you at all interested in taking part?
I am indeed interested, yes.
It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income. Plus, with your
Yay.
skills, I'm sure you could bring something special to the table.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Paimon would be even more tempted if you were to, say, throw in one of those fancy feasts she's seen in those gourmet food reels.
Paimon, you know those food are usually fake, right?
Well, as it happens, that'll be a piece of cake.
Literally.
Everyone needs to eat, whether they be tourists or the stall owners themselves. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite none other than the celebrity chef, Miss Escoffier, to run our theme restaurant.
Ah, the food war character.
Look over there!
Yes, I see her. She seems upset though.
You! Yes, you! For the last time, the ingredients have to be in the right ratio! Get it right next time, or you might as well just lie down on the chopping board yourself.
Escoffier, famous chef and pioneer Fontaine's precision gastronomy, a culinary movement that takes the rigorous precision and quantitative methods that are routine in scientific experimentation and applies them to cooking. In the eyes of her students, she is both a genius who strives for perfection and a stickler whose exacting standards fill them with dread. To create dishes that transcend the sublime, she is constantly pushing the boundaries of flavor.
She seems a bit busy right now.
Yeah, probably best to not interrupt her.
Well, I'm sold. I think I'll make a How go be her assistant.
Just throw him under the bus.
You little... What's your game here?
Demoiselle, sorry to bother you, but there's an issue over here that requires your personal attention.
There's something wrong.
Apologies. Looks like it's back to work with me. Please feel free to take a gander at what we've got.
Okay. You take care.
Anyway, if you're interested in taking part, come find me later.
Oh, I will most certainly do that. All right. So let's see. It looks like the next course of action is to go ahead and immediately talk to Navia, it seems. Or find out about the convention by asking Lapine Pauline. Okay, well, let's do that first then. Hello.
Greetings. Apologies if you overheard my harsh words just now, but I
Oh, you're
assure you
fine.
it is entirely necessary.
Oh, you're fine. It's not like you were cussing up a storm or anything like that.
The sheer lack of standards here will be the death of me. Do you have any idea of the kind of customers I'm gonna get with how lax things are at the moment? The ones that leave their guns behind by accident, and then come back to collect them later bringing ammunition with them.
Yeah, that's the kind of customer you wouldn't forget in a hurry.
Oh.
Something you want to share?
Wait, has
It's an oddly specific thing to say, so something tells me it has.
No, it's just the mention of guns reminded me. Someone did actually leave their gun nearby.
Oh, was it Chef Ross?
Huh?
Just before we started setting up, as we were cleaning up the site, someone stumbled upon a mysterious locked box.
Okay.
It didn't look like something from Fontaine, though. It had more of a Natlanese vibe.
Oh?
Interesting.
Do you think a foreign tourist might have left it behind?
Was this part of the smuggled goods situation?
That's what I assumed at first. But the box was buried beneath a pile of wooden planks, rocks, and whatnot, so it seemed like someone deliberately hid it there.
It sounds like maybe a drop-up point or something.
But I didn't see much point in speculating, so the best thing I could think of was to hand it over to the authorities.
Yep, that makes sense.
I trekked all the way over to the Palais Mermonia just to hand it in. Ugh, it was exhausting.
What did the authorities make of it?
Oh, they made a mountain out of a molehill, as usual.
Meaning?
Before even addressing the question of what was actually inside the box, they had several heated discussions about whose responsibility it was to write the lost and found notice.
Yeah, that sounds like Fontaine in a nutshell, where a lot of it's just what paper forms do you have to fill out, basically, and that's just a process of itself.
Thankfully, the ever-reliable Officer Sedine stepped up and immediately called in the Marechaussee Phantom to crack the lock and check if there were any dangerous items inside.
As well as, I'm assuming, also, everyone clearing the area just in case it decides to make a big baboom.
And, as it turned out, there was a gun.
Yes, you already mentioned that.
Wow, that's a dangerous item, all right.
That it is. Although it would, I don't know why, but it would be interesting. Hey, Paimon, maybe you could use one.
Mind if I ask what kind of gun it was?
Oh yeah, Mr. Kniech, you're from Natlan, aren't you? Do you know a lot about guns?
You could say it comes with the job. I have an interest in weaponry and the like.
Ugh, such a spoiled brat. What, are the toys I gave you not good enough for you anymore?
Toys?
Yep, got sick of those long ago.
You little... How dare you turn your nose up at my gifts? Why
Alright then, let's go and just grab the gag real quick.
Time for a timeout, old-timer. Sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, do you recall what the gun looked like?
It's a bit hard to describe. If you ask me, it didn't even really look like a gun. Give me a second. I'll knock out a quick sketch.
Oh, cool. I love how animated they've been making the NPC characters.
Something like this.
Alright, what are we looking at? Okay. Interesting. So it almost kind of, if you look at it one way, it almost looks like a hammer. But then it also looks like you stick your hand in on one side maybe. It almost looks like a Buster Blaster or whatever it's called in Mega Man.
Whoa, it's so neat and precise.
Whereas, yeah, I think it's Buster Cannon. I want to say Buster Cannon now, is it? A sketch by a professional, after all.
It's nothing.
You did pretty good. And for a quick sketch at that.
Sorry. Is something wrong with my drawing?
I can't imagine there's something wrong. No, I don't think it's your drawing specifically. It's just more along the lines of the item in question that you drew.
I know it doesn't really look like a gun, but I assure you, this is exactly what it looked like.
Actually, now that I think about it, it almost looks like it's almost a piece of something bigger.
And it certainly could shoot as well, too. I confirmed that with the officer from the Marechaussee Phantom.
No, quite the opposite. The features are very accurate, and it is definitely from Natlan.
You have a really good memory.
Please, don't mind me. I'm just taking a moment to admire it.
Yes. Alright, seems like he wants to talk to us privately. Thanks a lot, by the way. Can't wait for the event to get started.
I should be the one thanking you. Thank you, and everyone else for your support.
Yeah, sure.
Don't mention it. Besides, we haven't really done anything.
Not particularly, just been chatting and talking to everyone.
Not at all. The buzz and excitement you guys bring is exactly what this event needs. Oh dear, I'm starting to feel a bit guilty watching everyone else toil away. Guess it's about time I got back to work too.
Alright then, well don't overdo it.
But just before I go, one last thing.
Yes?
Traveler, it's wonderful to see you. Here's to a successful collaboration.
Sure. Alright. We can see more of her. Seems like Kanisha has something to say. Let's go find a quiet spot. Yeah, figured.
I'm sure you noticed that there was something unusual about that gun.
It looked fairly ancient.
Correct. It's most likely an old weapon dug up from some ancient dragon ruins. Based on my experience, it might be more accurate to refer to it as a hand cannon.
Oh,
But
okay.
in Fontaine terms, it's not wrong to call it a gun.
So it is so I was very close with how I described it then.
Given why I came here, don't you think it's curious that an ancient dragon relic of unknown origin would turn up like this, out of the blue? I suspect this gun might have something to do with that smuggling case.
Yeah,
It might
kind
have
of figured.
slipped through the cracks.
That it looks like it. So there also seems to be a possibility there could be more then.
Time is of the essence, so I'd like to head over to the Palais Mermonia to verify my suspicions.
Yay, we'll join ya.
Perfect. Then we can head out right away.
Alright,
Or,
off we
if
go.
you want to catch up with your friends first, I can wait.
Okay, well, we'll see what's available first. Alright, so it looks like we want to go over there, but before I do that, let's go ahead. I want to take a look at what if there's anything else I can do here first. So, give me a moment. Oh, hello.
Oh, man.
It's the bros. Hi, Eva.
Bro.
Hi, Aurora. Okay, I didn't actually think you were gonna. Okay, yeah, bro. Hey, bro.
Are you mimicking me?
Yes.
Now's not the time. Come on.
Now is especially the time.
No, I mean, one of our buddies is here, for real. Quite a few of them, actually.
Hello.
Aurora and Aoife, what brings you to Fontaine?
Huh? How come you're... Ah, I'm guessing Kanich is here because of that international smuggling case, right?
Yes.
I've heard quite a bit about that.
Word sure gets around quickly, huh?
First time abroad and you're already making headlines.
Of course.
Oh, stop it. It's not like I was the center of attention.
Wasn't expecting to see the Traveler and Paimon here too, though.
Come on, Aoife.
Huh?
A traveler, by definition, is someone who travels around.
Yes.
Fair point. Anyway, back on topic. Wait a second. I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about again?
I don't know. I'm actually confused right now. I think I missed something.
Why, you're all here, of course.
Yes.
For vegetables.
Cuckoo.
All right. So Kukuku's missing, and Auroran's here for vegetables. Of course.
Huh?
I'll go first. It's for the Chevrolamine film Fantasyland.
Yes.
Wait, is that right?
No, you got it right.
It's Cheval Moran.
Okay. You're also right.
Ah, right. I keep stumbling over that one.
Oh, don't worry. You're not the only one.
Guess I owe Cheval Moran an apology, even if she's not here.
It's okay.
Anyway, long story short, the festival restaurant urgently needed fresh vegetables from Natlan, which is why Aoife and I are here.
So, you guys are vegetable couriers?
He is. I'm just here as a responsible adult.
Uh-huh. I don't believe you.
It's his first time traveling so far away from home, and all the elders in his tribe were worried. So they had me come along.
And they didn't want to send Granny.
Even though it's your first time too.
Right, but they still picked me to accompany you. You gotta wonder why that might be.
I feel like Auroran would definitely be the one who would just kind of just wander off and then you won't see him for the next 5 years because he keeps getting distracted.
Don't you get it? They all just saw how overworked you were, so they used it as an excuse to send you off on a vacation.
Forced vacation.
Wait, what? So I'm getting the grandson treatment now too? See? Doesn't matter how much older you are than this dude. Hang out with him long enough, and you'll eventually find yourself being treated like a kid.
Meaning everyone looks after you. What's so bad about that?
Oh, the horror.
In theory, nothing at all. In that case, guess I better start over. Hi guys, my name's Aoife, and I just turned 5.
Nice to meet you, little bro.
Paimon's not sure who the responsible adult is anymore.
Is anyone really?
So, what about Kakuku? If he was here, we'd be making more of a ruckus than we already are.
That's exactly what's got me worried.
Aoife, there's nothing to worry about.
So there is something to worry about.
You're a big boy. You can handle yourself now even without Kakuku.
You think that's what I'm worried about?
I think he's more along the lines of something happening to him.
Anyway, my priority right now is Kakuku.
Yeah, Kukuku.
Suffice it to say, Kakuku's in big doo-doo.
Okay.
How so? He's so small, and all he knows are a few harmless phrases. What kind of trouble could he even get himself into?
I don't know. I mean, people may try to capture him.
Let me guess. Did he get caught out by the law on flying objects?
Up there it is.
Bro, you too?
Not me. How?
Oh, that pesky little chatterbox. So that's why he hasn't interrupted us this whole time. Guess he's too scared to show his face.
That, plus he's already spouted enough nonsense for one day. So I've put him on mute until tomorrow.
Wait, you could put him on mute?
Nice one. If I was even half as decisive as you are, I would have kept a closer hold on Kakuku so he didn't get a chance to go flying off.
I mean, flying objects do that.
Oh no, bro. Or rather, did Kakuku get caught by the guards for flying around?
If they had managed that, we'd at least be able to track him down.
But it sounds like he has not.
But when the guards started chasing him, Kakuku flew into that building next door. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a high-stakes pursuit going down in there as we speak. Just like one of those cool crime movies.
Which building? That one?
Oh boy.
Yup, that's the one. Kakuku sure has a good eye for a getaway. It's the tallest building around. I may be able to fly up pretty high, but checking every last window would still take quite a while. As for Aoife, well, let's just say he's not flying anywhere without a Saurian. Sorry about that.
Well, I mean, I feel like, yeah, that would freak a lot of people out.
Not like it's my fault, though. You don't have to apologize on my behalf.
Wait a sec. What's this got to do with how high you can fly? Kakuku's got himself into a real mess here, like a panicked animal running straight into a trap. It's pretty worrying. I'm starting to picture him flapping through a barrage of gunfire while important documents are flying about left, right, and center.
Paimon, you are not helping.
Heck yeah! If anyone can pull it off, it's Kakuku. He's always been such an awesome Saurus. I believe in him.
Oh boy, and Auroran's getting excited. In other words, right now in this building, there could be not one awesome Saurus, but 2.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
Of course I'm for real. I'd never make light of something like that.
Uh-huh.
All right. Everyone's an awesome Saurus. Well, the human version.
What is this conversation?
But our priority right now should be to go in there and check up on Kakuku.
As it happens, Kinich and I were just heading over to the Palais Memoria for something else.
Leave it to us.
You sure? Wow, awesome. That'll be a huge help.
You got it, little bro.
And if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
Okay, no.
Wait, since when was that up to you?
Well, then it's your call, bro.
All right then, if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I also give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
That's a bit harsh.
There you go. If he objects to that, tell him to come find us.
Okay.
He won't. Trust me.
Kinda odd, but okay. See you two. I swear, sometimes when I play some games, sometimes I feel like I'm
Nothing
in a
new
fever
there.
dream.
What's all that commotion?
Of course. Of all the places you could have flown into, you could have been up in the chandeliers. But no, you had to go into Nouvelette's office. Hi, Wisely. Meet Wisely.
No way, bro!
Ooh, Kuku is a young Kukusaurus, an assistant to Eva, who is also a Sora vet in his own right. He's responsible for listening to their Saurian patients and translating what they say. Allegedly, he has quite the understanding of human language and enjoys imitating Aoife's speech mannerism. In any event, if you talk to him long enough, he's sure to end up viewing you as his bro. They are so confused.
Did he say he came from Natlan?
No,
Get out of here!
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
So it's the contacts.
Oh no.
Well, we found them, so that was quick. For real now.
Ow!
He keeps repeating the same things over and over again.
Oh, you know one another.
We do. He's a bro of a bro.
He's a friend! Yeah! A Saurian friend of a human friend!
Great. Well, that was easy. Looks like we've tracked down the owner. Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur Nouvelette.
For real?
Traveler, was there something important you wanted to discuss with the Udex?
No, not particularly.
I'm just about done with my business here. Need me to step out?
No, you're fine.
Stay and hear them out first. Perhaps it will have some bearing on your own work. If I'm not mistaken, you are the same Mr. Kanich who served as a witness in the smuggling trial?
Oh, wait, yeah, we were going to talk about that, weren't we? About the cash that we found.
I take it there's been a further development in the case.
Yes.
That's right. Very perceptive, Mr. Udex.
So you've met Nouvelette before? But wasn't the trial overseen by another judge?
I've seen his photo in the papers, but as for this other gentleman,
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Wriothesley, administrator of the Fortress of Meripede. Or in layman's terms, Fontaine's prison warden. Please, feel free to share anything about the case. There's no need to keep anything from him.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you!
The sparkles.
Wow, that sounded just like me. But should we really discuss official business in front of the Saurian?
You do need to be careful what you say, especially if he's going to repeat it.
Oh wow! Oh no!
I believe he said, or rather, I suppose he meant, that he'll keep this to himself. Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Sure thing, bro!
Okay, well, that was easy. This is all a bit strange. Aether, we're in a fantasy world. This is par for the course. But they really are a great pair of awesome sorry. Okay. Is this just gonna be a word that you're gonna just use again? Oh boy. I feel like that's gonna get old very quickly.
Let us return to the matter at hand.
Yes.
Mr. Kanich, was there something else you wanted to discuss relating to the case?
yes. Let me fill you in.
And here it is.
Wow! It really is exactly like Lapine Pauline's sketch! That must be all that practice drawing engineering blueprints, huh?
Interesting.
So if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case, then there's a high chance we overlooked a suspect.
That's exactly my line of thought.
I see. Mr. Kinich, thank you for reporting this promptly. I'll arrange for the Marechaussee Phantom to investigate right away.
So this smuggling thing could be a lot bigger than expected.
We should begin by questioning the prisoners in custody. Wriothesley.
I'll sign off on the interrogation request, don't you worry.
That would be much appreciated.
It's lucky that the Palais Mermonia wasn't scheduled to release any public bulletins today, and that this Guns Lost and Found notice hasn't been written up yet. In other words, the news hasn't leaked.
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being. If there's any progress in the investigation or you need my help, feel free to reach out anytime.
Goes for me as well.
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lapine Pauline's convention. If there's
Or
any
you did
news,
it.
we'll keep you all posted.
Yep, we will, but we also took care of everything over there.
Marvelous. Thank you all. Well then, all that's left is to...
Sign the document.
You miss me, bro?
Yeah. Why, game, why?
He really does come out with the most unexpected things. Who did he learn it all from?
A couple of top bros from Natlan.
Huh. Well, it's pretty extraordinary.
Anyway, according to due process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kakuku qualifies as a flying object. And, following on from our conversation just now, he also needs to sign a confidentiality agreement. Drafting said agreement may take some time.
Looks like you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kakuku. Excited?
I can help pass a message on to his friends.
That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
That way they won't be worried. Don't mention it. Don't you do it. Don't you do
All
it.
right then, we'd better get going. No need to see us off.
I was gonna say, if you said awesome Saurus. Like, I heard it so much. Open it up and take a look. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Pop. Open. Close. Open. Close. Open. Close. Bye.
Aurora and Aoife, we found Kakuku!
What's the situation? How bad is it?
It's not bad at all. But there's some other stuff going on.
Oh no.
So, with all that calculation, the more that you have to pay for is... I'll just show you.
When I saw that Kakuku wasn't with you, I'd already prepared myself for the worst.
Relax, Aoife. Maybe Kakuku just prefers high-rise living now. Sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up and make their own choices in life.
It is true.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
It's not that bad. Kakuku's fine. Still very much alive and kicking for starters.
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
No fines either. Even had an interesting chat with some variable VIPs.
See?
You're not exactly reassuring me here.
As for the bad news, well, it's really not that bad.
Then why did you say bad news?
Kakuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff, so he has to stay at the Palais Mermonia for a while to sign a confidentiality agreement. But there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kakuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
Yep, you just have to wait a little bit longer.
All right. That doesn't sound too bad after all. Wow, hearing that's put my mind to rest.
Just deep breaths.
But based on my understanding of how things work here, the ban on flying objects should be over by the time Kakuku actually gets out.
What a shame. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to go have some fun without him.
You don't look disappointed in the slightest.
Why does it seem like you planned this?
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.
Okay. Alright, bro.
Yay, problem solved! All right, let's catch up another
They're having so much fun with this. Like, any chance to say bro. Alright.
Word of advice.
It's been a few days. Ban on flying objects should be over by now. Let's head over to the Palais Mermonia to see how Kukuku's doing. Hey everyone, we're here! Oh hey, my little dudes! Good morning!
Morning, little dude.
Oh wow, Kukuku's learned a new greeting!
Yay.
Is that good news or bad news though?
Probably a little bit of both.
Sorry, I did everything within my power. But so far, I've only managed to teach him how to say good morning.
Wait, so that's all you've been up to this whole time? Get out of here!
I think that means no.
Okay, so good mornings aside, please tell Paimon there's been some other progress too.
Yeah.
Of course. That's why I'm here. Kukuku's not the only one that Mr. Wriothesley's been getting to talk. I'm referring, of course, to the convicts.
Ooh, yes.
It was nothing. These guys weren't exactly tough nuts to crack.
So, what's the deal?
After racking their brains, they remembered speaking to an inconspicuous middle-aged man just as they were preparing to pack up and leave Natlan. He was dressed in the manner of the Children of Echoes and carrying a box. Plus, the description matches the one the gun was found in. All in all, he didn't look any different from your average Natlanese traveler.
Okay.
Perhaps seeing that they were dressed as merchants, this man stopped for a chat, inquiring where their goods were headed, and even asking if they could share a boat. The smugglers were very cautious, though. They didn't tell him any specifics, but all this happened before I crossed paths with them. I happened to notice them as they were preparing to set sail. I thought they looked shady, so I snuck aboard, and ended up being carried along all the way to Fontaine.
Series of Twists and Turns Act 2. No! I refuse to see that icon!
Boss, do we know if those Fontainians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
Oh, I love this.
And that's why we call you a rookie. It's all supply and demand, kid. Supply and demand. Natlan's foreign trade is just starting to lift off. There'll be a market for it, you'll see.
That's right. So stop giving the boss trouble, rookie. Just do your job and keep an eye on the goods.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine to do business?
Yes.
Scarred face. Calloused hands. On closer inspection, the fabric looks worn at the knees and elbows, and his fingernails are dirty. Not exactly your typical merchant. Could he have previously been a warrior? Or even an adventurer? Something feels off. I'd better sneak up and get a closer look.
Ooh, are we doing stealth segments? We are. I do enjoy these.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the smaller ones would have been faster but way too bumpy. If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away would have gone up in smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care?
Interesting.
Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this.
Alright, find a way to create a diversion so you can investigate the cargo. Okay. So let's try throwing you over there. Come on. Nope. Nope. Other way. Other way. Go other way. Other way. Okay, so that's where I need to go. Okay. Let's try this. Go with. Gosh darn it. Go here. No. Is not cooperating. Okay, you're going over to the right. Come on.
What was that sound?
Try this again. Go over there. I'm trying to make a distraction, but the game is being a bit picky about it.
Let's go hear what these criminals have to say for themselves. Sure enough, there are relics inside the box. It's illegal to smuggle such items outside Natland.
I'm gonna wait a second.
Hey,
Sneak, sneak,
why
sneak.
the long face? You're abroad on business, and you get to do some sightseeing while you're at it. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. You better cheer up if you know what's good for you.
I guess you're right. I was just worried I might have messed up with the packing, or that something's gonna go wrong along the way.
Oh boy.
Oh, pull yourself together. Tons of foreign tourists come traveling to Fontaine. I bet their luggage is full of all kinds of weird stuff. If someone insists on checking it all, just show them the purchase order we had drawn up. Those Fontainians can't get enough of their legalese, so I've heard. They can look all they want.
Aha. So their aim is to smuggle in contraband after all. Looks like I've gathered enough intel about the smugglers and their contraband. Time to inform port security.
Okay, good.
So anyway, that was when I went and told the Fontainian guards about my suspicions.
Yeah. I did have to rewind though a little bit since I failed the first time. Had to go through the entire cutscene again until I could do the distraction. Bit finicky.
After an investigation and a chase, they finally apprehended them and sent them on their way.
Well, guess they're headed exactly where they should be.
Good job, Kanish.
Based on your recollections just now,
I was completely focused on those smugglers at the time, so I wasn't really paying attention to other passersby.
They're natural. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Kanish, you did great.
in other words, the person who brought the gun here, the one who lost it, has no connection to the smugglers whatsoever. They were working entirely on their own.
But I feel like they were also potentially using them as a potential distraction.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Sounds like Mr. Kakuku wants to chime in?
He said this elusive individual's actions are positively mystifying.
It's a good observation, I quite agree. However, we still know next to nothing about the person. Perhaps we should start by focusing on the lost item itself.
Oh, we get to do some thought processing. A lost object. The box was buried amidst junk. It came from... yeah. A genuine treasure lost by the roadside, yet it still remains unreported and unclaimed. Didn't seem like an accident. No, it's as if someone left it there on purpose. This is a relic left behind by Nadland's ancient dragon civilization. It's a genuine antique, so it must be of great value. But it was left there. Bait, yep. Why would someone just leave such a valuable antique out in the middle of nowhere? Was the plan for someone to come pick it up? Let's see. About the suspicious aspects of this gun. Yeah, bait.
It certainly seems like it was the bait in some kind of trap. The only question is, why wasn't the bait made more conspicuous?
Has something sprung to mind?
I just remembered a film I watched this one time.
Huh? Oh, wow! No way, bro!
Hold on, let me explain. Just now, the traveler speculated that this box might have been placed there on purpose, as if the intention was for someone to come pick it up. That got me thinking about those films about kidnapping cases. When they demand their ransom, the kidnappers tell the victim's family to leave money or valuables at a designated spot for someone to come pick up.
So my earlier thought was correct. It looked like a drop-off point.
That doesn't merely happen in films. There have been similar cases in real life. In fact, if anything, it's probably the real-life events that inspired the films.
Sounds plausible.
Wait. This raises the stakes to a whole new level. If the gun really was some kind of ransom, then since we took the box, the kidnappers never got their payment, so does that mean they executed the hostage?
Take a deep breath, Paimon. We haven't heard of any missing people.
I agree. I don't believe we have a kidnapping on our hands. Selling off stolen goods is extra work that most kidnappers would want to avoid. Unless they're after something very specific, they tend to just ask for cash. Could we be dealing with a kidnapper who's dead set on getting their hands on an ancient dragon handgun? It's not impossible, but the likelihood is very slim. We can discount that possibility for now. And speaking of selling stolen goods, don't you think this looks more like a transaction?
Let's see. About the transaction content, about the seller. The gun was placed in a locked box and hidden away. Clearly, the seller wanted to keep the identity a secret. Buyer, after receiving instructions, the buyer would have gone to the designated spot with the money to pick up the goods to ensure they actually got paid. The seller would likely have been watching the buyer. Ooh. Before the buyer could show up, Lepine Pauline found the goods by chance while setting up the event venue. About the incomplete in transaction. Due to the unexpected arrival of film Fantasyland, the deal had to be called off.
So, bottom line, this was an individual smuggler at work.
Exactly. And it was the location itself that caused the deal to fall through. The last thing they would have expected was for a quiet beach to turn into a bustling film convention overnight.
Yep.
Not only is the area now packed with tourists, but the Spina di Rosula have a presence there. I'll bet that both parties were completely caught off guard.
Great job, Lepine Pauline.
That sounds like a plausible theory, but how do we verify it?
Looks like your people better start rolling up their sleeves.
How so?
Easy. Just follow the usual procedure by putting up a lost and found notice.
And then whoever shows up for the item in question.
The more routine we make it seem, the more likely the suspect will come forward to claim it. Even if they send a proxy, we're liable to get our hands on new leads. And timing-wise, it's about time we updated the bulletin board anyway. All we need now is a lucky gestionnaire to write up the notice for us post-haste.
Ah, so that's what you meant by rolling up their sleeves.
We got ourselves our own bait to set up.
In that case, I may as well write it myself. Delegating this to someone else would require an additional explanation.
Or are you just not used to asking others to work overtime?
Is that really a major concern here?
Well, looks like I won't be needed around here. At least until the notice has been posted.
You could always wait here if you like. The Palais Mermonia serves a particularly fine cup of tea if that swings it for you.
Thanks, but no thanks. I left a very noisy creature with a friend before heading out, so I should probably get back to feed it.
I wasn't aware that you had a pet, Mr. Kniech.
Oh, you have no idea.
Speaking of pets...
Get out of here! Out of here!
Yep, that's the plan. Out of here indeed.
I believe that what Wriothesley is trying to say is, you are free to leave, Mr. Kukuku. Furthermore, it has been determined that Mr. Kukuku should not, in fact, be classified as a flying object. As such, he shall be free to move around Fontaine whenever he so pleases.
You do have the birds that, perch on top of some of the buildings, so...
You're the best, bro! Oh, that really is good news! Travelers, should we bring Kukuku back to Aoife and Auroron?
Yes.
I shall leave him in your capable hands.
Alright, no problem. Let's keep in touch. There they are.
How?
What? What now?
Let's shake hands.
Fine by me. Get ready for a knuckle sandwich!
Is he trying to train a how? Go for the face.
Oh, nice dodge.
Paimon feels strangely inclined to keep a safe distance.
We don't know them.
You miss me, bro?
Cuckoo, you're free!
Oh no, we've been spotted.
Ugh, not you again. Nope, didn't miss you in the slightest.
Hey, Gramps. And hey, Paimon and Kanich. It's good to see you all. Thanks for bringing Kukuku back.
Yeah.
Get it away! Get it away from me! Nice to meet you, bro. Who are you calling bro? Say that again to my face! I dare you.
Bro.
If you've got the energy to argue this much, you're clearly not hungry yet. Let's go find something to eat while a How lives his best life.
Sounds good to me.
Poor How. He spent all day being tormented by Auroron, only to discover that the suffering's just begun.
Aoife, as a Saurian vet, how can you just sit back and watch our little dragon bro suffer?
Huh? How am I the bad guy?
Even hear yourself? Ah! Doesn't anyone want to hear how Kukuku got out of jail?
I mean, he wasn't in jail.
Don't lose hope, How. By the same standard, you have freedom of movement now, too. You're still in the game?
Same standard? I will not be held to the same standard as that thing!
That's right. You won't. As far as I understand, the Palais Mermonia will want to assess your case on its own merits before they grant you freedom of movement.
Now get back in the backpack.
Where's that Saurian meat restaurant again? I'm gonna march that little pink balloon right into the kitchen!
Yeah, good luck with that, bro. You'll be putting your own neck on the line, too.
And you would have to catch him first.
Also, there's no such restaurant!
Anyway, thanks for looking after a How, guys. I'll take over from here.
You know, the fact they keep bringing it up again and again and again tells me that there may be something that may come up with that.
Why you?
And punch to the face. Alright, Kukuku delivered as promised. Looks like we managed to swap Saurians
Between
too.
the two, Kukuku wins the cuteness competition hands down.
You're picking now, huh? Well, Paimon wins my cuteness. Okay.
Really? Wait, who are the other contestants, though?
Don't worry about it.
The lost and found notice is up. Maybe we should go hang around the Palais Mermonia to see if anyone shows up to claim it. Huh, looks like there were quite a few others with the same idea.
Ah, hello, you two.
Hello.
Have there been any developments? Okay, guess not. Well, the notice was only just posted. Guess it's pretty unlikely that someone would show up
And because of timing and story, plot devices, it is now happening at this moment.
Special Patrol, open up!
Ah! Who's there? What's going on? The Special Patrol?
Generic.
I don't think that's who this is.
Someone's knocking at the door. Please, anything but the Special Patrol. No one would ever suspect them.
Hey, this isn't the time for silly jokes. Let's go check it out.
Actually, yes, this is the time for silly jokes.
Good day, all. Gramps, grannies, aunts, and uncles.
You're gonna get tossed into the river at this rate.
What in the Tevet are you doing here, Auroron?
Oh, he must be the one you mentioned. Kukuku's owner?
No.
One of his owners. Kind of.
Well, I guess in that way they have joint custody.
I'm here to claim a lost item.
So if he's being deadpan or deadly serious.
Is this the person you saw on the boat, Mr. Kinich?
No.
Somehow I highly doubt that. For starters, he just addressed us as Gramps and Grannies. And unless this is the youngest looking middle-aged man in the world, I don't think he's our guy.
I apologize for my grandson bursting in like this.
Huh. Was there something wrong with my door knocking etiquette? That's how they do it in all the films.
Oh boy.
That's not door-knocking etiquette. That's the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol doing their job. Completely different things.
You watch way too many movies.
Oh, I see. I figured it was just a polite way of requesting entry to show the people inside you had something important to discuss.
I can't. I can't with you, Auroron. I just can't anymore. It's too much. This is too much.
Oh, sorry about that. I totally goofed that one up. Give me a moment. I'll go back out and try again.
No need. Let's just get down to business.
So, Auroron, you said you were here to claim a lost item. What did you lose?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, basically...
Interesting.
Real now? Oh, come on, bro.
Is arresting my dear grandson what it's come to?
Auroron, be honest now. Were you the one who lost this?
No, it belongs to a friend.
So it belongs to Aoife?
That's not what he said.
Of course not. Aoife has his own gun.
Auroron tells the truth. Otherwise, we're gonna have to arrest you for real.
All right then. I knew this wouldn't go well. So here's what went down. This morning, Eve and I were playing rock, paper, scissors. Before long, he lost, as he usually does. So we figured we'd head out and visit some of the court of Fontaine's famous landmarks.
I get the feeling it was Auroron who lost.
When we got near the plaza, a man suddenly stopped us to ask for help. He said that he had lost something and that someone had found it and sent it over to the Palais Mermonia. But apparently he used to work here and was worried it'd be awkward bumping into his old coworkers, so he asked us to pretend to be the owners and claim it on his behalf.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all.
You didn't manage to keep that pretense up for long.
It's fine. I'm not the one who feels awkward anyway.
So, a former employee of the Palais Mermonia. Was this individual a Fontaine native?
Yes, at least I assume so. He looked like a well-dressed gentleman to me. We were about to refuse, but he was so polite.
Could it have been a disguise?
Oh no. Auroron, Paimon thinks you've been tricked. This person might be in cahoots with the bad guys. Oh, maybe he already took off and escaped as soon as your mission went pear-shaped.
No way. I'm not that dumb.
The silence.
Huh?
He's not going anywhere. Aoife and Kakuku are keeping an eye on him over at the plaza.
Ah, okay, smart.
Keeping an eye on him. I like the sound of that.
Nicely done, bro.
Let's hurry over to where Aoife is. Time to catch that con man and find out what's really going on here.
Wait a minute, I have a question first.
Yes?
Traveler, Paimon. You're pretty famous in Natlan, right?
Yes.
Oh, we're basically a household names. But why do you ask?
Well, it's not just us. Kinich, Auroron, and Aoife, too.
Would that be a problem?
Remember when I said that the seller might be watching in secret?
Ah, if they know that us as famous individuals were to suddenly show up.
If so, then picking Auroron to do their dirty work was a careless mistake on their part.
It suggests that the person who got Auroron to claim the item might not be fully in the know themselves. There are plenty of unanswered questions, but standing around racking our brains won't help. However, I still suggest that the famous faces among us, meaning the Traveler and Kinich, oh, and of course, Monsieur Nivelette too, stay here for the time being.
Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, because they would know our faces, but they probably wouldn't know like Eva's or Auroron's.
We'll empty the box, give it to Auroron, and then he can claim the item as if nothing happened. I'll follow to check if anyone is watching.
You can also put a tracking device on that, if possible.
I doubt anyone would recognize me anyway, so I shouldn't draw too much attention.
I feel like they would recognize you, but okay, game. Being Loki has
I think
advantages.
this plan is worth a try. I shall leave it to the pair of you.
So, I have to go undercover again, right?
Well, not exactly undercover. Just drop the special patrol persona and be yourself instead.
Roger that. Over and out.
Oh boy. Head to the plaza as planned. But I think I see him in the distance. No one's
sign of
moving.
Any suspicious individuals around here. Auroron has entered the elevator as planned. I'll head over to the plaza now.
Don't mind the flying individual. Completely normal. Oh, it looks like he's being pecked.
Nothing suspicious going on here either.
Anyone from above, maybe?
Strange. Maybe we're overthinking this?
I don't think so. Just go on the offensive.
Stop with the pecking! Stop with the pecking!
Never!
Please, sir, I'm begging you, do me a favor and get this pet of yours under control!
The heck are you on about?
I will murder you.
Sorry, but he's not my pet. He's my coworker. And I should warn you, he's not too happy with how you're talking about him.
What the? This thing has a job? So in that land, they just dish out jobs to any old thing.
Uh-oh. Kukuku's not too big on being called a thing either. You're on your own now.
I'm sorry. Please, Mr. Kukuku. Master Kukuku. Lord Kukuku. I meant no offense, I promise.
Oh boy.
All right, Kukuku. That'll do for now. Let me ask him some questions first.
Sure thing, bro.
Auroron actually looks pretty serious this time. Was he just pretending to be clueless earlier? Interesting. Think I'll sit back and see how this plays out.
You actually got it? Wow, didn't think it would be that easy.
Ah, excellent. Looks like sending you was the right approach after all.
After all?
I mean, because the staff at the Palais Mermonia don't recognize you, right?
Smooth.
So I got it, but I don't remember promising I'd hand it over.
Huh?
This thing's pretty cool. I've taken a bit of a liking to it.
What you doing?
Please don't do this, my good sir, my master, my lord. My very life hangs in the balance.
His life hangs in the balance?
Interesting choice of words.
If this means so much to you, what are you gonna offer me in return?
Are you trying to get him to say my life?
How'd you know that?
Oh boy.
Because I watched that film with you. You should drop the act. We don't want a real misunderstanding in our hands.
You're probably right. But honestly, I don't know what else to say. Sorry, this is the most myself I can be. Is that enough?
Auroron. Just let me go throw you in the fountain real quick.
Enough. More than enough.
Who's this dude?
Just think of me as a staff member from the Palais Mermonia. Now, if you don't mind, I have some questions for this gentleman about that life or death treasure you were just discussing. Truthful answers appreciated, of course.
Oh no, I'm toast now.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't think the Palais Mermonia has the ability to protect our citizens?
No, I mean, yes, of course they do. Please ask away.
I could do that. But I'd rather you just tell the whole story, from the beginning.
I suppose I only have myself to blame. Such a rare antique, I couldn't resist. I'm a collector of antiques. Nothing excites me more than rare, old relics, and to be completely honest, if someone's selling, I'm buying. I don't care to ask where they sourced their goods.
Ah, okay.
As for the seller of this particular item, well, I've never met him in person. We've had some prior dealings, but always under the cover of coded ads in some shady tabloids. Lost and found notices, missing person ads, that sort of thing.
And that's how that's gonna come full circle.
As long as I took care to hide a time and place somewhere within the text, then slipped some mora into the envelope before submitting the ad, it would get published. And that was that. No fuss, no trace. Simple, right? Normally, everything goes off without a hitch. But this time, I arrive at the pickup spot expecting a discreet in and out, and instead, I find a whole construction crew at work. That was not what we'd agreed. But I couldn't just let it go, so I reached out to him again the same way as usual. He replied, and do you know what he said? He told me that the item's now in the Palais Mermonia.
Well, he wasn't lying about that.
He insisted that it would be inconvenient for him to make an appearance himself, but said that if I could somehow find a way to retrieve it from the Palais, he'd give me a discount on the price. Of course it wasn't the discount that swung it. Do I look like I'm strapped for cash?
Feeling smug now, are we?
Feeling smug now, are we?
No, please go easy on me.
Push him in.
Go on.
Where was I? Well, anyway, I thought to myself, seeing as the item itself came from Natlan, it would make more sense if I could find someone from there to go retrieve it. And by a stroke of complete and utter coincidence, I just so happened to see these two young folks wandering around, so I'm so very sorry. I underestimated the pair of you.
I need you to clear something up for me. You haven't paid the seller yet, correct? And yet he told you to collect the item from the Palais Mermonia. Was he not worried that you just split afterwards?
Well, to be honest, though I can't claim to know him very well, he, on the other hand, seems to know my name and where I live.
Oh, that's not concerning at all.
Besides, this is a guy who managed to get his hands on an ancient Natlanese weapon. That's probably not the kind of person I want to double-cross.
Fair. That makes sense. So, Mr.
Please, just call me Argento.
All right, Mr. Argento. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. It will determine how much of the rest of your life you'll be spending beneath the waves.
What does he mean? Is he gonna drown him just like they do in those gangster films?
Oh my god, no!
Oh, I get it. He's talking about that place at the bottom of the Fontainian Sea.
Shh, can it?
Owing to your suspected involvement in the illicit trade of Natlanese relics, you're now one of the suspects in an international smuggling case.
I can easily just see them just commentating on movies or shows or something while eating popcorn.
A trip to the Opera Epicles seems unavoidable at this stage, but on the bright side, you still have one chance to make things right.
Okay. Do I really? Please tell me what to do.
It's very simple. Just reach out to your seller in the same way as usual, arrange to meet, bring the money, and make the deal. Just be sure to let me know all the details. I'm talking time, place, the whole lot. If we can catch the other party by doing this, you'll have gone some way toward redeeming yourself. Understand?
Oh, I see. I understand. You shall have my full and unadulterated cooperation.
Good. Don't break the law, and don't even think about making a run for it. The Palais Mermonia will be watching you and ensuring your safety. All right, take the box, but leave your ID and other documents behind. You can go now. As for you two, protocol dictates that I should take you both back to the Palais and have you sign a confidentiality agreement. But that would take a lot of time and effort.
So nah.
Such a hassle, bro!
See? Mr. Kakuku knows exactly where I'm coming from. So, I was thinking, since you're all friends of the Traveler...
I understand, sir. We got dragged into this by accident, and it has diddly squat to do with us. And out of respect for the Traveler, we won't say another word.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut, or we'll both be sleeping with the fishes in the tailor-made pair of cement shoes. In that case, I understand completely.
Please stop.
Not exactly what I was
Please.
going for, but if that's how you
Please.
want to understand it, then be my guest. Then it's settled. Thanks for your help.
I'm crying. I'm actually crying. Like, I am silently laughing so badly. This hurts. This hurts so much.
Boy, am I
Even
glad that's
did
over.
Please.
That's enough work for one day. Time to head back.
Okay. Oh, he even did the accent. You gonna spy something along the way? And did someone mysteriously disappear in the
Judging
process?
by your expression, it must be good news, huh?
It went smoothly, on the whole.
I'm suspicious.
So basically, we hold off until Argento and the other party have set up the next stage of the transaction. Then we plan our next move.
Patience will be key.
I get that. It's like hunting. I'm just not sure the other party will take the bait so easily.
Well, if he didn't need the money, or if he valued self-preservation over making a profit, he could have walked away as soon as the contraband was brought to the Palais Mermonia. On top of that, although he hasn't shown his face yet, he seems to have no followers or accomplices, and he's relying on an extremely limited set of options to push the deal along. So, if you ask me, he seems like someone who cares a lot about his image and has a somewhat high opinion of himself, but lacks any real ability. I almost get the feeling that if he misses out on this opportunity, he won't have any other way of making money.
So it means he also could do something desperate.
His every move is like a spin of the roulette wheel, hoping that the ball will land exactly where he wants it to.
So basically, whatever he's gonna do, it's gonna be a gamble.
Or, I don't know. Maybe he'll cut his losses and vanish into thin air, and our efforts will have been in vain. At least Natlan will get the stolen relic back, so it won't have been for nothing.
Yeah, but that's a boring ending, though.
In that case, let's hope his arrogance stays in play.
Everyone, I have just briefed the Marechaussee Phantom on the situation. As soon as there are any further developments, we will act without delay. When that time comes, we will be relying on your help.
Okay, sounds like we need to change the time.
We'll be waiting for the good news.
Have you ever seen these stickers?
Novelette sent someone to contact us this morning. That must mean there's been some progress. No time to waste. Let's head out. Hey, everyone. We're not late, are we?
No, we're always on
No,
time.
you're just in time. Well rested, I trust?
Not at the moment, but after this, I'll get some good sleep. Staying busy keeps you
A
sharp.
great way to stay energetic, certainly.
Have you all started
We
preparing?
received word from Mr. Argento yesterday. confirming the time and location of the transaction. It'll take place this afternoon, and it turns out it'll be somewhere we all know pretty well, too. The film Fantasyland restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Huh. He sure does like that place.
I wonder why.
Seems like you share our concerns, Traveler.
Indeed. Capturing someone in a crowded event venue will be much more challenging than in an open area.
Makes sense. Make it as difficult as possible.
The criminal might try to blend in with the crowd, or even escape by taking hostages.
Even cause a distraction in the process, so they can get away.
In light of this, we've had to make additional preparations. As soon as we received the news yesterday, we began coordinating with the Marechaussee Phantom and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Mm-hmm. We'll be deploying lots of undercover agents on site. If things go south, the safety of the civilians will be our top priority. Of course, fingers crossed, everything will go without a hitch.
So basically that tells me something's gonna go wrong.
I noticed a bunch of familiar faces from the previous case, like Captain Chevrolet of the Special Patrol. So I'm feeling optimistic.
Yay.
We'll trust your instincts then. Oh, yeah, and by the way, we've also been in communication with Miss Lapine Pauline and Miss Navia.
Makes sense.
The Spina di Rosula will provide support within a controlled scope, so there's no need to worry.
The only potential issue is with Miss Escoffier.
She doesn't want to serve criminals. She wants to introduce them to her chopping
You know
board.
what? That might not be such a bad idea. All right, no more jokes. Miss Escoffier has made it clear that she doesn't want her restaurant to suffer any losses as a result of this operation. But, well, I have a feeling things might not go quite as smoothly as she hopes.
Is there any way we can help minimize things?
To be honest, we shouldn't have dragged you into this in the first place, and it's caused you quite enough trouble already. The Fontainian authorities should be able to handle the rest from here.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
But still, I'm guessing you'd like to see how it all turns out.
Of course! Can't just leave it on a cliffhanger like in some games. Ugh, Final Fantasy War of the Visions.
Well then, feel free to head down to the scene, but just stay alert and play it by ear. You won't necessarily have to do anything. Unless things go pear-shaped, of course.
Which is most assuredly is exactly what's going to happen.
I'll do my best to ensure that things don't escalate to that point.
All right.
Of course. There are still a lot of unanswered questions, but our intel so far indicates that the culprit's from Natlan. Plus, I'm already a witness in this case. Might as well see this thing through to the end.
That's the Knight we know and love.
Oh, but that would have been fun to see, though.
Well, that's enough of the small talk. The operation's scheduled for the afternoon. If we're quick enough, we'll even have time for a few cups of tea before we leave.
Oh, and let's grab something to eat, too. Can't work on an empty stomach, you know.
Won't you just be watching like you always do?
And rooting for you. It's a very important job.
Yeah.
All right. I'll head over to the venue now. Ahao's been harping on for days now about this event-exclusive meal he wants to try. Guess I might as well shut him up sooner rather than later. See you in a bit.
I look forward to hearing how it all goes.
Alright, on to Act 3.
This beach seems to be getting livelier by the day.
Well, that's thanks to all the upgrades that we had done. Thanks in part surely to the undercover agents.
Traveler,
What did you do?
Paimon's getting kind of hungry. Let's go check out
What?
the restaurant
No.
menu, shall we?
The guy with the case, that's gotta be him. Alright, it's business time. Keep your eyes open. I see Kanish, Aoife, and Auroron back there. someone just left out a cup of tea. Ooh, hello, cutscene. Ooh. Oh, that's a cool transition. Oh, look. The case he was looking for. Don't mind him. Oh.
Your friend thought
Hi.
you might be thirsty. Won't you stay and drink it?
Up.
I tend to steer clear of drinks left out in the open.
Nope. Nowhere to go now.
Give up and come with.
You lousy swine!
Stop right there!
Oh, look! A surprise performance! Wow! How lucky we are!
After him!
It's all part of the plan, I swear.
Sorry, my guy. Unlicensed and legally docked. This boat's not going anywhere.
Nah, nah.
Quick! Don't let him get away!
This is a beautiful animation. Oh,
Lowly worm! No one flies higher than the almighty Dragon Lord! Who's stealing
immediately
my
eats.
Ah, you again!
Ah.
You're driving me crazy! Oh, wow, bro!
He is very unlucky. Oh, look. Catch of the day.
All right, that's a wrap.
Unbelievable! You can't just drag someone around like that! Such blatant disregard for human life! I'm gonna sue the living daylights out of you!
Uh-huh, sure. Also, bravo, bravo. Whoever did that animation, that was amazing. Also, I love on how Escoffier just covered Farina's ears. Like, no, protect the child. Protect her ears. She doesn't need to hear me cursing like a sailor.
Will you now?
Yeah, will you be?
I think I did you a favor by pulling you away from your audience. Saved you some face at the very least. As for whether you were facing up or down along the way, well, that was your decision, wasn't it?
Why, you... all right, I admit it. I was in the wrong. Oh, of course I know the difference between right and wrong, but I had no choice. I desperately needed the money. I was an expert on ancient relics. Not only did I have a successful career, but a happy family too. But my son, I never imagined he'd turn out this way. Fell in with the wrong crowd and ended up shoulder deep in gambling. We had some savings, but he drained them away like a waterfall.
Oh boy.
Once he fell into debt, he had creditors regularly coming over to threaten and intimidate him. I'm his father. How could I just stand by and watch him suffer like that? Oh, my son is about the same age as you are. If only he could have turned out more like you. That's the only reason I needed the money. Please, believe me. You... Please, kid, I'm begging you. Help me. I see you're from Natland too. That makes us brothers. Please, have mercy. I still have a chance to help my son straighten himself out. But only if I get back. If I go to prison now, he'll be doomed, I tell you, doomed! And isn't standing together and fighting for a better future what families do?
A likely sob story.
Our fate is in your hands, young man. Please, have a heart.
Something wrong, Kanich? Gone soft, have we?
I don't believe a word you say. Wriothesley had you just about figured out. You're a gambler. Pure and simple.
A gambler? Me? Nonsense! I told you, it's
Uh-huh.
my son!
First of all, are you really from Natlan? You've been keeping tabs on the gun's whereabouts this whole time. You should have recognized at least one familiar face by now.
Yeah, you really should have, considering how prominent those certain characters were during the war.
On top of that, the way you threatened to sue me? Spoken like a true Fontainian, if you ask me.
Huh? What kind of logic is that? I can't explain. I actually grew up in...
Yeah, everything out of your mouth has just been lie after lie after lie.
I don't want to hear another word. Ahau, here's your chance. Shut someone else up for once.
The moment I've been waiting for.
Don't eat him.
Eat this, scumbag!
Being a compulsive liar is one of the hallmarks of a die-hard gambler. I bet you're just a Fontainian pretending to be from Natlan. Even if you have any friends or family to speak of, I'm guessing they've long since cut all ties with you. And you have your depraved ways to thank for that. Of course, I might be wrong.
Just beat him into submission.
Does that matter? I'm just here to arrest you. If you're looking for an advocate or a shoulder to cry on, you're out of luck. Besides, prying the truth out of you is exactly what your beloved courts are for. Isn't that right?
That's right. It's been a while, Mr. Kniech. The Special Patrol will take this criminal off your hands now. Just drag him by his legs at this
Many
point.
thanks.
Please, I should be the one thanking you for all the help you've given us.
What about me? So rude. You should be bowing down in gratitude to the almighty Dragon Lord.
Please don't flash the police. As you wish, my thanks to you and also to Mr. Kakuku for your show-stopping performances.
Hey, what do you mean? Hold it right there!
Are you okay, Kniech?
Don't worry. I'm fine. I wasn't the one who just got dragged all the way here.
You seemed a little upset just now, though.
Little Kniech, thinking back to when you were just an itty-bitty boy, Kniech, aren't ya? Aw, don't start crying like a little baby. I am the almighty Dragon Lord! No servant of mine will be seen acting so weak and pathetic in public!
What are you on about?
Bad how? Bad. Spritz, spritz.
Still, I suppose there's no point hiding it from you. To put it plainly, I can't stand gamblers. They're the most irresponsible people in the entire world. No respect for the principle that you have to give in order to get. They'll tell 1,000 lies for a single coin, deluding themselves into thinking they can use it to gamble their way to a vast fortune. But we all know that even when it looks like you're getting something for free, there's always an unseen cost. In the past, I also ended up paying a price for my father's gambling losses. I don't want anyone else to end up in a similar situation if I can help it.
Oh, honey.
Don't feel sorry for me. I certainly don't feel sorry for myself. They say that people are shaped by their past. And since I've made it this far, I must have done a lot of things right. We should never punish ourselves for the mistakes of others. Instead, I choose to remember the moments that helped me grow.
That's a good way of looking at it. No, shaped you to who you are today?
Like when I first learned to use a grappling hook.
Aw, look at little Kniech.
Or the very first time I yearned for knowledge.
I get it.
Yeah, I believe you. Let's get going. If we don't head back soon, we'll cause more unnecessary worry.
Alright, time to return to the festivities. Hey, Lenny. Bye, Lenny. Hey, Charlotte. Paimon, what did you say?
Yay! Traveler Kanich, you're back! We just saw Chevro's taking the criminal away. She looked pretty pleased with herself.
Well, it did go surprisingly smoother than expected. Our opponent was pretty weak.
So after so much running in circles, turns out he had no fight in him, huh? Guess running away was the only trick up his sleeve. Oh, also, Risley said to let you know that he's already left. He went to report back to the Palais Mermonia.
I guess he really wanted to drink some more tea.
Apparently, the Mari show say Phantom's preparing to carry out an in-depth investigation into illegal gambling activities. Sounds like they'll have their hands full. Anyway, that's for the Palais to worry about, not really our concern.
Judging by how fast the Duke took off, I'd say he was avoiding my camera. But I guess I'm used to that by now.
It's not like you to give up so easily, Charlotte.
Oh, I'll just get him later. It's fine, I got plenty of other great shots back there. More than enough for a front page spread. Entire cutscene worthy, almost. Make it animated, like a flip book. On that note, this busy reporter needs to scoot. Those photos won't develop themselves.
Make sure you pick the best shots of Paimon.
But isn't all shots of Paimon the best?
Oh, already gone. Hope she heard that.
You can trust her judgment, Paimon. She's a professional, after all.
Yeah, you're right.
You have nothing to worry about.
What took you all so long to get here? Did something happen?
A few things. How bonked his head and started crying. Kinich hit his head and started crying.
What?
I have to. Any dialogue that gives me the option to dunk on a how.
Rumors and slander!
Your point being?
When have I, the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahulahau, ever sunk to such sniveling?
Wait a second, wasn't there an actual, previous scene, actually, earlier on in this questline, where you were crying because of Kokuku?
Often, actually.
Anyway, what's next?
To be honest, I haven't decided yet.
Well, I do know there's still an epilogue left.
At the moment, I've got nothing urgent to get back for. And, in any case, the court might need me to testify again.
Yeah, more than likely.
Plus, that gun's still a key piece of evidence. I'll probably have to wait until the case is closed before I can return it to Natlan. So, I guess I'll be sticking around to enjoy the beach a little longer.
Nice and relaxing. Now that everything's calmed down. Gotta say, my favorite part out of that entire scene was Navia and her minions just going nana at the guy. Navia's the best. Hands down. Like, out of all the characters, Ito and Navia are hands down the best. Meet up with everyone at the film Fantasyland.
Now that things have reached this point, we should add
a pinch of salt?
A dash of pepper, actually.
Ooh, I love pepper.
Brilliant.
Huh?
The glitter is blinding.
You aren't talking about a new dessert menu by any chance, are you?
Pepper sounds a bit out of place in a dessert. I mean, to be fair, I do put hot sauce on my ice cream at times, so I don't think pepper's really that out of the ordinary.
Not desserts.
Oh, we're talking about the script.
Yeah, I believe you mentioned that before.
Oh, my dear partner, photographer, rookie director. Our creativity must keep up with the overflowing enthusiasm of our fans.
Yep, gotta keep the pipeline pumping.
There's no room for dull scripts on my stage. Plot twists should strike the audience like a cloud of pepper, leaving them sneezing in surprise. Achoo!
Please don't actually throw pepper in the audience, Farina.
The same logic applies in catering. I once heard Miss Emily mention that pepper could be used in perfumes. Perhaps I could find a way to make it work in desserts too.
A peppery kick to complement the delicate sweetness of cream, perhaps.
Or you can maybe use it in some way, like have it be like a texture of some kind.
Wow, the two of them seem to be working together so well. I'm struggling to imagine what a pepper cake would taste like, though.
Well, well, what do we have here? Escoffier's making a new cake?
Yeah, and she's peppering in some new ideas. Maybe add some hot sauce to it.
Oh, how exciting! When it's ready, do let me know. I'd love to try it.
Is it just Paimon, or does it seem like everyone's even more enthusiastic now that they've finished their work?
Hey, they're talking about food and, especially dessert specifically, yeah? Of course they're enthusiastic.
Why shouldn't they be? When your hard work pays off, that's when you should celebrate.
Exactly.
It's like a batch of fresh macarons. You should never let fear of sweetness stop you from adding all the filling you please. After all, if there's ever a time to pile on the sugar, it's when you're making macarons. Pile on the sugar!
Something tells me they're on a sugar high right now.
Pile on the sugar!
You had enough! No, we're cutting you off.
And why are we piling on the sugar?
Also, where did you come from?
Lapine Pauline, you're here. Is it ready?
I'm convinced that she has a teleporter of some kind or something that allows her to just cut through, pockets.
Of course! It all went according to plan.
Huh? Were you off on some kind of important task?
I was indeed. Please accept this.
What is it? Oh, okay. It looks like kind of a postcard. Let's see. I see Navia, Dia, Linny, Lynette, Vanessa. Still need to get used to her name. Saying, I haven't said this person's name enough times. Sanguine? Sadrine? Sadrine. That sounds right. Paimon, Farina, Escoffier.
Oh, wow! It's a panoramic view of the amusement park with everyone's illustrations on it!
It's cute. Escoffier.
Since the film Fantasyland has been such a success, we decided to create a unique souvenir to remember it by. We built this park together brick by brick, so we decided we'd all contribute to drawing this map together too.
Yep, and then after the next 7 hours, it's all gonna be torn down in a fiery blaze of glory. We're gonna set the cannons on its place and then blow it to smithereens.
To be fair, it was mostly thanks to Miss Lapine Pauline. She's our expert when it comes to drawing after all. But we all did our best to leave our own marks too.
Cool. I will find it amusing if this entire area just gets, completely nuked and just changes back to how it was before. Because then I just imagine it's like literally just, okay, Navia is like, all right, everyone, aim and boom.
That's right. And on top of that, Traveler, I'm offering you a most special privilege.
Oh, really?
You get to add a mustache to my portrait.
Say it. Oh, that's great. Awesome. Fancy a white one. Splendiferous. Fancy a red one.
Bolognese sauce flavor. Well, that sure counts as a surprise twist. You win this round.
Well, it is spicy. Okay, where's Farina? Okay, I could very barely see it, but a tiny red mustache.
All right then. Now that you're the proud owner of this commemorative map, you can draw as many different flavored mustaches on it as you like.
Wait, flavored?
Sounds like a pretty tasty map. We'll look after it well.
Paimon, I can't believe I have to say this, but please don't eat the map.
Great. Your satisfaction is our #1 priority. Everything's all in order. Now it's time to relax. Forget about work and just enjoy the park.
But I already enjoyed the park, though I guess I could talk to some NPCs. Alright. A memento to remind you the commemorative amusement park map. Yay. Do 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 do. Let's see. Hello, llamas, capybaras. Hope you're all having fun. That's a big squirrel. What the heck? Why is this squirrel so big? I am terrified. Hey, Lenny.
I feel so much better after seeing those animals. They're all so carefree. The other two attractions were great too. In fact, they've given me a new idea. An interactive magic show with a moving stage. We'll start working on it as soon as we've finished filming.
That sounds interesting. Hello, Sidgeween. Sidgeween, I was close. On little cuties, time for some yummy in those tummies. You're all such sweethearts, aren't you? Happy, healthy, and getting on like best of friends. You know what? I haven't felt this relaxed in quite a while. The humid air here is a nice change, and combined with the warm weather, I'm actually getting kind of sleepy. Oh boy, just imagine you're turning into Shalon and Dia. Fight it, you gotta fight it. Before you know it, you'll just be taking naps in the weirdest of places. Hi, Roxanne. It's rare to get so much time to relax. Life without target practice is so quiet. It feels kind of strange. Target practice? Was your life not quiet before? It's good to relax. Just make sure you don't neglect your work. It's part of my job. Don't be nervous. Training for the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has recently become more intense. We now have to practice shooting 3 times a week. Each training session requires firing off 120 rounds, with the 10 worst performers having to run 10 laps around the training ground. A lot of people say it leaves a buzzing between their ears, but once you get used to it, I think it's exciting. It's like the metallic clang of a hammer shaping iron. There's something uniquely pleasing about it. Tirana gave me earplugs to wear, but I never use them. Okay. Ether, does it feel like all your troubles just melt away when you're at Cheva Marine? Film Fantasyland? I got 2 pieces of good news for you. Which one would you like to hear first? Let's start with the most important one. Alright, they'll begin with the one that's most exciting for you. I'm giving you the prototype of that composite hunter's bow. The prototype? Many years ago, a weapon research team at the Fontaine Research Institute developed a prototype to push the limits of long-range bow performance. They hired my outsourcing team to design the side of it. But then both the Mason Gardenage and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol adopted muskets as their standard issue and stopped ordering bows in bulk since they require so much training to master. The research team and my outsourcing group were disbanded. This prototype ended up in my hands until recently. A sci-fi film about mechanically enhanced warriors borrowed that bow as a prop. The invisible protagonist, the Prophet, used it to suddenly take down all sorts of enemies. Thanks to that, the bow gained quite a following among sci-fi film fans, so I brought it here to showcase. What an interesting backstory, but why give it to me? Because you're the heart and soul of Sheva Marine, Film Fantasyland, the one who brings all these legendary characters together. After fans learn about the bow's original purpose, they all hoped it could find its way into the hands of a true master, someone who could unleash its full potential. As a renowned ancient adventurer, even if you're not a bow expert yourself, I'm sure you'll find someone who can wield it with skill and bring out its true power. Once things settle down at Cheva Marin Film Fantasyland, and most fans have had a chance to see it, I'd like you to take it and carry on its legacy, but beyond the silver screen. Can't talk right now. Blah, blah, blah. Wow, I'm so flattered. Had no need for formalities between us. Just promise me you'll put it to good use. I hope you and your bow-wielding buddy have a blast with it. Let's see. You said something about there being lighter news? Hit me with the lighter one, please. Okay, so I finally escaped the wild, wide, risky business ventures and landed some steady work. Thanks to some inspiration from you and Miss Charlotte, I tweaked the camera lens for image recognition sample collection and turned to a high-precision zoom photography assistant. The new generation product hit the market right as camera lens was evolving, and now many directors and merchants have started working with me. I suppose you could say I'm a rising supplier in the film industry now. People trust my devices. That's why I was chosen to help build Chevamarin Film Fantasyland. Of course, my fantasies are still a bit unpredictable, but at least they're a lot more stable than before. Congratulations! Same to you, I owe it all to you. One day I'll treat you to a feast worth at least 280,000 more per meal. Oh my. I can only imagine what that must be. Anyways, take care. Let's see. Sleeping on the job, I see. Good, blubber bees. After work, I'll reward you with a grilled fish. Blub, blub. Blub, blub. Glub, glub. Flugo! Run away from... Yeah.
Seeing how happy everyone is here, I can't help smiling myself.
Okay, Varessa.
Would you like some fruit? Feel free to take some.
You did. But thank you, though.
A truly great adaptation must capture a film's core themes and seek to convey the inspiration that lies behind them. The 3 attractions are certainly all up to par, and I trust that you'll be able to make them better still. To enhance our film's aesthetic, I'd recommend a few classics for you to familiarize yourself with. Or, if you have the time, maybe we could watch them together?
Oh, really, Farina? I don't mind, sure. Let's see, anyone else?
That unique aroma. I wonder how you'll inspire my cooking this time.
What's it like working here?
I'd say it's quite similar to working at the tavern in the Fleuve Cendre. There's something special about seeing diners' faces light up when they taste your food. You don't get that working in the closed-off kitchen in a grand hotel. If something like this comes up again, just call me. Don't worry, we know each other. No commission fee needed. I won't take a single mora.
I'll hold you to that. Let's see. How's things going? Huh? The uniquely named Gardamek signals to you with a series of flashing components. You are unable to decipher its message. If you get the chance, you should ask the Mason Gardenage to teach you how to communicate with the Gardameks. The expression on the guest's face as they zoomed around were priceless. I hope we can inspire similar reactions in our future audiences too. Maybe throw a Linny in there. Let's see, anyone down here? Nope. At least no one interactable. Let's see. I already talked to you. I've been over here already. I think there's only last person to talk to. Hi, Navia. Are you sleeping?
Our most recent financial report is looking great. This park struck a chord with film buffs all over. Maybe you could be our spokesperson next time we hold a similar event?
Sure. Also, who's that in the background? It's the bros. Hey, is this where you all been hiding? Oh boy, there's a lot of people to talk to. Let's go with Aoife.
Earlier on, that lady with the pink hair took a picture of a How and Kakuku together.
You sound a little disappointed. Were you hoping to be in it too?
What?
I was at first, but after seeing how awkward a How looked, I figured I wouldn't really fit in.
And you didn't think of sharing this any sooner? I'd have cuddled your neck and smiled for the camera!
get
What?
out of being in the same frame as that thing!
Really? Well, no worries, you still can. Come here, give us a hug.
I
Aww.
hope your face is ready, because it's about to get flame roasted! I got your back, bro!
Eva just... He has no words, and I do not have any words as
Kanish,
well.
have you thought about maybe ditching that little rascal? Leaving him here for good when you leave?
Oh, I'm sure he's already thought of that many times, but I don't think he
I
can.
have. But given that Ahau's also an old relic, that would probably count as international smuggling. I can't bring myself to knowingly break the law.
Guess we all have our problems in life.
It's the burden we all must bear. Alright then. I think with that, it looks like that's everything, it seems. Alright, I will say this definitely was a very fun event. We had some fun mini games. We had an interesting story. Had an amazing, beautiful animation. Love it. I hope we get to see more of an animation style like that in the future. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed, everyone. And I hope to see y'all next time, as I got some surprises in store in the near future. So look out for those. Alright, till next time then. Bye!